Story 5 of Just So Stories by Rudyard Kipling. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Story 5, The Elephant's Child. Narrated by Ted DeLorme.
The Elephant's Child, read by Rachel.
Bicolored Python, read by Beth Thomas.
Crocodile, read by Christine G.
Colo Colo Bird, read by Newgate novelist.
Baboon, read by E. Snow.
In the high and far-off times the elephant, O best beloved, had no trunk. He had only a blackish bulgy nose, as big as a boot, that he could wriggle about from side to side, but he couldn't pick up things with it. But there was one elephant, a new elephant, an elephant's child, who was full of satiable curiosity, and that means he asked ever so many questions. And he lived in Africa, and he filled all Africa with his satiable curiosities. He asked his tall aunt, the ostrich,
why her tail feathers grew just so.
And his tall aunt, the ostrich, spanked him with her hard, hard claw. He asked his tall uncle, the giraffe,
what made his skin spotty?
And his tall uncle, the giraffe, spanked him with his hard, hard hoof. And still he was full of satiable curiosity. And he asked his broad aunt, the hippopotamus,
why her eyes were red.
And his broad aunt, the hippopotamus, spanked him with her broad, broad hoof. And he asked his hairy uncle, the baboon,
why melons tasted just so.
And his hairy uncle, the baboon, spanked him with his hairy, hairy paw. And still he was full of satiable curiosity. He asked questions about everything that he saw, or heard, or felt, or smelt, or touched. And all his uncles and his aunts spanked him. And still he was full of satiable curiosity. One fine morning in the middle of the precession of the equinoxes, this satiable elephant's child asked a new fine question that he had never asked before. He asked, Then everybody said,
Hush!
In a loud and dreadful tone, and they spanked him immediately and directly without stopping for a long time. By and by, when that was finished, he came upon Colo Colo Bird sitting in the middle of a wait-a-bit thorn bush, and he said,
my father has spanked me, and my mother has spanked me. All